Hey guys, hope you're all doing fantastic today. Welcome to the LEGO channel, by the way. This is I think this is the first official new video to start off the channel. So, very happy to see all you guys, anyone who transferred over from the original Nord King channel, and then anyone who just might happen to find this channel. So welcome and thank you very much. I had a little change this year with the advent calendars. Before we get into how the basement is looking so far, the advent calendar situation, I wanted to do about 3 to 4 days of the advent calendar and then post it on the channel. However, one of the advent calendars, because we got 3 of them, we got Harry Potter, Star Wars, and Lego City. One of the 3 calendars was doing very poorly in the first half of the builds or the days, and I kind of felt a little down about putting that one up. So what I wanted to do is hold off until Christmas and give my final thoughts on the whole thing. So if you did any of the LEGO advent calendars, let me know what you thought of them below and which ones you did, because I know we had a decent amount to pick from this year. Like Minecraft was another one that was really interesting, and we had quite a few of them. So let's jump into it, and we'll take a look at Star Wars, which was the one in question. So for day 1, you literally open to get just Babu Frick, a small, really small figure. I'm not sure if we actually get him in anything else, so this is probably one of my first times getting him. It's cool to get exclusive stuff like that, just not when it's day 1 and you open it and it's only that. There's nothing else. Day 2 was when we started to kind of have a bit of a, we were already starting to go downhill from here. We had a workbench. And then day 3 we got C-3PO after he gets reprogrammed, which was a cool thing to have. Day 4 we had a pit droid, which I thought was really neat. I don't think I actually have any pit droids, so this is a cool build. And then day 5 we get a chair. Day 6 we get a cleaner Gronk droid, which it's a droid. I get it. Out of these first 6 though, 2 of them shouldn't count, the workbench and the chair. There's nothing Star Wars about those. And the third one being Babu Frick being so small and being kind of, I mean, that happened last year in the was the Lego Cities calendar when we had that little pink bunny and that was it. I mean, this is even worse because it's half the size of the bunny. I don't know. We were starting off really low. This is why I kind of held off on this one, and I'm kind of glad I did, because the common consensus online was that it wasn't up to par with where it should have been, especially after last year's. And I'll show you a picture right now of last year's, where like 6 or 7 of them were minifigs, 2 of them were festive, the rest of them were all builds that had to do with either ships, vehicles, or places in the Star Wars universe. And it was fantastic. It was a great calendar, 100%. Moving into the next 6 days, we had the red R7A7 Astromech droid. Then we had a Buzz droid. And then we had a box of Android parts, which that's got to be one of the laziest things I've ever seen. We had a tool rack. Nothing Star Wars about that. Then we also had a B2EMO. I mean, it was sort of festive. It was red. I'll give it that. As well as, it was a little different for me to see this one, but a BD-72. So it's not the BD that we're used to from the Fallen Order video game, but it is cool to see another one of those. And I think this one's from The Mandalorian, if I'm not mistaken. I think I'm trying to remember back. It's been a while since I watched The Mandalorian. But yeah, that's the first 12 days. So we're about 50-50, half and half. The next 6, we get a Jawa service vehicle, and then we get a crane. The Jawa service vehicle, not bad. Crane, yeah. We actually do get a Jawa, and it's festive, which I like to see. It's got a little festive sweater on, which is really cool. And then after that, we get a, I think it was called a Treadwell droid. I'm trying to remember the name when I looked it up. Treadwell droid, and this guy wouldn't stand up, but we also get a Scraps battle droid. And Scraps, obviously, because he's got like arm that's a little messed up. And then back to the fashion of not getting stuff that's really Star Wars themed, we get a droid parts shelf. So now we got a droid parts bin and the shelf to go with it. The last 6, we actually started getting into the festive stuff, which we have a candy cane mouse droid, which is that one in the back, next to a super battle droid, which is, there's nothing festive about it. The same thing with the probe droid, which is right next to it. Nothing festive about that either. But then we get a holiday medical droid, and then we get a barrel, or they call it a barrel. That's what I see it as. Like maybe like a little shelf thing with a barrel next to it full of like tools. Yeah, but we end it with a BB-8, a festive BB-8, with a little tree, and it's got a little hat, like a little snowman, like a snow BB-8. So overall, I think the Star Wars one kind of missed the mark when you compare it to ones like, say, the one for last year. When 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the builds could be honestly put in anything. You could do a Lego Cities build and have those. You could do Harry Potter and have like shelves, and I mean you can put those in any of them. They're not truly Star Wars themed at all. So I think they missed the ball on a few of them. We only got maybe a few of the festive ones in this one, being the Jawa and the BB-8. The other ones, I would want to see like maybe a C-3PO that had like a holiday sweater on, that type of thing, or maybe the one of the droids actually being like the super battle droid, seeing that in a more festive color, that would have been neat too. So overall, I think it was like probably mid-tier. If I had to give it a grade, I'd probably give it a C. Just because of the ones that didn't have much to do with Star Wars to begin with. Shifting over to the Lego City, I think they did an amazing job with it. Starting off with day 1, we got the adorable polar bear suit kid, which I think is just a cute thing to have on the first day. It really sets the tone. And then we had a bulldozer, which I thought was really cool. That could easily be a toy underneath the tree. Then we got a little teddy bear, which is just a hair better than the bunny that we got last year, because this one comes with a bench. Other than that, it's identical. So then we got a scooter. We also got a photographer, which you could automatically put that in line with, say, it's the dad or somebody related to the kid in the polar bear suit. He's got a little holiday sweatshirt on too, which I think is really cool. And then we got a tractor. And then going over into the next day, we ended up getting a German Shepherd puppy, a snowblow, and a kid in a reindeer suit, which I think it's right in line with the polar bear suit. It's adorable. I love it. And it fits the mood very well. So I'm happy with that one. And then we also got a RC car, which, just like the tractor, could be the tractor or the bulldozer could easily just be a toy underneath the Christmas tree, and it comes with a little control to go with it. Then we also got a kitten and a skateboard. I think the kitten is good. It complements the German Shepherd puppy very well. And then the scooter, obviously, or the skateboard complements the scooter pretty well too. And going into the next set of 6, we got a good space theme going on, which I'm a little mixed on it, to be honest, but I get it because they did release a bunch of space stuff this year. And they did keep it festive, with the first day being the space fan got a little Christmas sweater on with space. So I mean, it does tie it into both Lego City and Christmas. Then we have a spaceship with a little alien astronaut, I guess if you want to call it that. A little space robot, I guess. I don't really know what that one's based on. I know we got a rocket ship, so I know what that one's based on. I don't know what this one's based on though. Maybe it's just a random set. I'm not sure. Somebody can leave a comment in the comment section. We got a kid in a Christmas tree outfit, which I think is funny. I like it. I love this one. Out of all of them so far, I think the polar bear is definitely my favorite though. And then we got a Lego truck, which I think is cool because we did get a new version of the Lego truck recently, so that's really neat. To end it off, we actually go very festive with getting a snowman, and then we get a milk and cookie cart along with Mrs. Claus holding a pretzel. I love the big pretzels. I'm a big pretzel fan myself, so seeing that's pretty cool. Then we get a Christmas train, a sleigh with the big man himself, Santa. So overall, I think Lego City nailed it. I think they did a really good job with it. This one, to me, out of the two that we've done so far, this one would probably get a B. Very close to an A. I mean, very close. Very, very, very close. The only reason I'm giving it a B is because the next one definitely does get an A. So let's jump over into Harry Potter. Right off the bat, I just want to say that Harry Potter nailed it right out of the park with this one. It was awesome. This year, to me, was the equivalent to like what the Star Wars one was for last year. It was top tier. I loved everything about it. Starting off with the first 3 days, and this one was really easy because you have the first day is usually the character. The second day is a build of a creature or character from the movie. Like in this case, it would be Hedwig. And then the third day was his acceptance letter into Hogwarts. So that's going to be the current theme going all the way through this calendar. And then coming up, well, we also got Harry Potter for day 1. Then for the next set of days, we got Cho, the Sorting Hat, and a Bertie Bott's every flavor beans container, which is awesome because all 4 sides are printed. It's not just 1 or 2 sides that are printed. It's all 4 sides. We got some pretty good printed pieces in this one already too. And then for the next day, we got Draco Malfoy, Buckbeak, and then a couple of gold coins, which getting Draco and Buckbeak together, that's pretty fitting. I like that. And then the next day, we were able to get Hannah Abbott, a chocolate frog, and the Polyjuice potion, which I think is really cool. I like the frog. I like the potion. And getting Habit's cool because I don't believe I have any of Hannah. I'd have to go back and look. But I think it was a really cool build. Then, the next set, we had Angelina Johnson, Aragog, and a thing of butterbeer, which I really like that butterbeer. I love how they did that. And that little Aragog is just adorable. Even if you don't like spiders, it's adorable. The next set would be Luna Lovegood, a Thrustrel, and the Skele-Gro potion, which I think is a nice little touch. And then the next set would be I don't know a whole lot about him. I'd have to go back and look because I really didn't pay attention. This is Blaise Zabini, I think his name was. The Monster Book of Monsters, which is right next to him. And then I always mispronounce this, so my apologies for all the diehard Harry Potter fans. Amortentia? I know it's a love potion. I'm just not sure what its actual name is. I think that's the name of it. But the last 3 days, we got Cedric himself. We got a Mandrake, as well as a Stag Patronus, which is a cool way to end it. Overall, I think the Harry Potter one, like I said, nailed it out of the park. I think it was fantastic. I had fun doing every single one of them. And we added a bunch of really cool stuff. So that's going to do it for all 3 of the advent calendars. And this one obviously getting an A. So we had an A, B, and a C. Altogether, I had fun doing all the advent calendars. I think they were really fun to do. The Star Wars one, yeah, that one kind of dropped the ball. That was like a 50-50. You could have gone with it, you could have passed on it and be totally fine. Compared to like 2024 and other years past. So hopefully they learn from that one and next year is a little better. But the Lego room is coming together. I love it. I'm starting to put a lot more stuff down here as far as some of the builds go. I have some more to put upstairs, but overall it's doing really well. This obviously isn't going to be the final layout of it because I'm just putting stuff down here now just to fill the space in. But I have more of like the medieval builds over here. let's see, we have the Viking building as well. We have some of the typewriter, which probably has to move down the road to the other side, and you'll see why in a bit. More of the architectural stuff, and this one's definitely going to change because a lot of these, like the garden up here, the castle, as well as the Imperial Hotel, my spare bedroom now, that where the Lego stuff was, that's actually going to be more of a Japanese theme to it, to that room. So I may actually take those and put those upstairs in that room. So that would be cool. It's kind of funny that I carried them down here from that room, and I'm going to be probably carrying them back up there. So that's kind of redundant. Also, these are just like place fillers until I actually get them built. Then we got more of like some of the random ones, the Transformer ones. I left that spot open for Soundwave when I get him built. A couple of the Marvel builds. I don't really like collecting a whole lot of the Marvel builds. Only the ones that I truly like. So I got Thor's hammer, obviously, and I'm having a brain fart on his name, but obviously Doctor Strange's house. The Sanctum Sanctorum. And then we start getting more into like the Lego, like the really random builds of like the Kingfisher. I have some placeholders, of course, but then the Game Boy, a few of the vehicles that are more of my favorites or tie into other ones that I have, other sets. Just finished up the Mineral Collection, the Ship in a Bottle, a few of the other really random sets. I mean, the cat, the fender, and then the telephone. The telephone one was actually, that's like looks wise and aesthetics, the telephone booth, that's honestly more of my favorite builds. I think that would probably be within my top 15, maybe even top 10 builds. It's just a really beautiful looking build. And then you got more of the Disney stuff on this side. I have a lot more Disney stuff to bring down. I'm just trying to figure out exactly where I want to put it so I don't have to move it too much. The only thing that I'm working on now is there's going to be a corner shelf here, as well as getting a really big shelf that's going to fit in that wall. It's not going to be as high as a Billy shelf because it has to fit in some of the larger ones, like the Titanic or Hogwarts, for example. I got Hogwarts over here as well. But then I still have other large ones to build, like all these underneath the table. I was able to bring down the big ones. I still have the closet full of small ones upstairs. Coliseum's going to be a big one. Let's see, I'm trying to think of some of the really big ones that are probably going to take up some space. A lot of the ships that I have, I want to try and keep the cantina and all the Harry Potter and Star Wars stuff together so they're not like just going all over the place. But that having that shelf over there is going to help tremendously. I also have these 4 over here that we have yet to build, as well as the one I just picked up for Christmas, thanks to my parents, Jack Sparrow's pirate ship. So getting the Black Pearl was really cool. So now I'm going to have 3 nice looking ships to build, other than the Titanic, of course. So all those are going to have to go on that big shelf over there. I need a lot of shelving. Was not expecting to need that much shelving, but Legos kind of tend to add up over time. We were able to get the Eiffel Tower down here. It fits perfectly in between one of the beams, so that works. That's actually going to go in between here. I'm just going to move the shelf down a little bit and give me that extra space, and it's going to fit right on the floor in between the shelves, so that'll be handy. But I don't want to make this video a lot longer than it really needs to be. I just want it to be kind of like an intro video to the channel and the work that's currently going on. We do want to talk about the Lego City build that we're going to be doing probably in the next couple months, starting on that. But I don't want to get into that in this video. I want to talk more about that in the next video. Plans for that have altered drastically. We're still going to do a build, it's just going to be a lot different, so stay tuned for the next video for that. Otherwise, I want to thank you guys again for stopping by. I always wanted to have a Lego channel for years now, since I really started getting into Lego, and now that I actually have one, I mean, it's going to be hectic doing both this and a gaming channel, and doing vlogs. but I'm gonna have fun. It's a challenge, and I'm accepting that challenge. But again, I want to thank you guys for stopping by. I will see you all in the next video. Until then, take care. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.